So Ghost Brokers will use a number of tactics to try and get past insurers' front-end fraud controls. That'll include things like identity theft, payment card theft, and also working with local communities to build trust and try and take out policies for their communities. Brokers are our first line of defence on these fraudulent attempts. It's really important that brokers keep alive to entity matching, simple things like addresses, telephone numbers, vehicles that show collusion between different parties. It's also important to check that payment addresses are registered to the risk addresses to ensure that the identities are genuine. Consumer education on ghost broking is really important, and at Allianz we're dedicated to ensuring that happens. But we need our brokers' support. Speak to your clients, let them know around the need for regulation. Check-in insurers are regulated by the FCA, and indeed brokers are authentic brokers. As fraud controls have improved, the need for stolen identities has also had to evolve. Historically, we've seen things like phishing and smishing, but in more recent times we're also seeing quishing, which is the use of QR codes by fraudsters to trick genuine members of the public into providing their identities. It's really important that consumers become aware of this because it does facilitate organised fraud. Brokers can recognise signs of identity theft early by some really good fraud detection software and intelligence sharing. Use your quote history, use your quote data to validate whether or not vehicles and identities are being churned. You can also add on payment validation software which will check that the identity being used is registered to the bank account. Simple steps that can be taken which are really effective. Crash for cash continues to evolve and there is no key indicator, but it's really important that brokers stay alert and support your customers. We may have false identities being set up for the purpose of purely staged incidents, but your clients may also be the subject of slam-on or induced accidents. In those cases, educate your clients, try to get dashcam or local council footage that may have captured the incident, which will help us prove that that incident was a cash for crash scam. As an insurer, if we're to detect and indeed repudiate fraudulent claims, we need to secure evidence. With modern dash cams, ring doorbell cameras, this sort of footage is really important, but we need customers to be aware of it and to capture it for us. Educating your customers to look round at the scene of an accident, capture these areas where cameras may be operating, will allow us to go and secure the footage, repudiate the claims, and ideally bring the fraudsters to justice. We often see businesses and commercial fleets targeted by cash for crash gangs. We'd recommend that you educate your drivers to secure evidence from the scene of the incident and capture as many details as possible about the other driver, the damage, and where possible, take photographs. Nothing is better than a photograph or CCTV footage from a scene of an accident to allow us to investigate and ideally repudiate a claim for fraud.
What is phishing and why is it a significant threat to brokers?
Phishing is a significant threat to brokers because it's attempts by fraudsters and professional fraudsters to obtain genuine details for customers or claimants to pursue fraudulent policies or fraudulent claims. In recent times we've seen evolutions of that from into smishing, which is the use of SMS messages to obtain the details, and in more recent times we're seeing quishing coming in, which is the use of QR codes to encourage genuine members of the public to release their details.
How can brokers protect themselves and their clients from phishing attacks?
Well, first up, to protect the brokers, education of their staff is really important. People will be calling up trying to obtain details of claims or policies, so having full staff awareness of to be alert, to check that the customer is who they say they are and that it isn't a phishing attempt. It's also really important to ensure that brokers capture those details and share that intelligence, whether within their company or potentially with us at Allianz. We have a dedicated intelligence unit that can use that information to link networks. When it comes to consumer education, again, that's really important. Customers need to protect themselves and be vigilant to SMS messages popping up, phone calls coming through to them, or in more recent times, QR codes being available on things like Instagram and social media sites by professional fraudsters.